Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining. Today, we're going to give you a preview to AppConnect, Insightly's powerful new app designed to help accelerate your business growth. AppConnect is a new integration automation tool that's beautifully designed to build powerful new workflow automations between applications. We're really excited about it and really glad you're here because AppConnect is absolutely going to transform the way you work. I'm Melinda Prescher, Insightly's Senior Product Marketing Manager. I've got two exceptional guests with us today, each with their own unique perspective on AppConnect. Anthony Smith is the founder and CEO of Insightly, and I'm thrilled to have him here because you're going to get the real inside story on AppConnect through his perspective. You'll come away from this webinar with a great understanding of the product and, just as importantly, the benefit to your organization. We've also got a really wonderful customer with us today. Joanna Falcone is VP of Central Operations at Better Earth Solar. She's got extremely specific hands-on experience with the Insightly platform and AppConnect, and hearing her speak to the use cases and the benefits to her organization will add significant value to the conversation too. So let's walk through the agenda. Anthony and I will set things up with a background on Insightly, workflow automation, and integration. And then we'll introduce AppConnect, and you'll start to understand exactly why this technology is so incredibly game-changing for your business. Anthony will do a multifaceted deep dive on how it works, what it connects to, and the benefits to your business. And after that, we'll get Joanna's perspective. Finally, we'll end with the nuts and bolts of pricing and availability. Let's get started. Anthony, set the stage by giving us the background on building workflow automation capability into Insightly.
Thank you, Melinda. All right, let's get started. So when we added workflow automation to Insightly almost 3 years ago now, it was a real game changer for automating business processes inside of Insightly and letting the system itself perform what would otherwise be manual steps. Sending out notifications and keeping things humming along, things like that. So we've seen huge popularity in customers using our workflow automation solution to speed up business processes. Our customers have automated well over 1 million tasks since this feature was launched back in 2018. But we heard from a lot of customers that their business processes often extended outside of Insightly and into other systems and software applications that they use in their organization. And even beyond that, into processes involving government departments, partners, and other service providers. And our customers wanted to automate those processes as well, in the same way that they use the workflow automation inside of Insightly. So today, I'm very excited to announce that we're launching AppConnect, which is our newest application in the Insightly platform that is designed to automate the business processes across your entire organization and well beyond that. AppConnect is what we call an integration automation tool. You actually use it to build and manage and automate integrations between Insightly and other external applications and systems. AppConnect comes out of the box with different connectors to connect Insightly up to literally hundreds of software applications that you might use within your organization, from ERP systems to different HR systems, IT and productivity tools, databases, marketing systems, you name it, pretty much anything, we've got a connector for it. But rather than just being a straight connect to one or two of those other applications that you have within your organization, Insightly AppConnect lets you design workflows and automate your business processes across systems. It has a very simple and easy to use drag and drop designer that does not require you to write any code or have any knowledge of programming at all. So now you can easily build a single automation using AppConnect that can span different applications and even many different applications within the integration. And you can pass data between them all and then run it maybe even just once a month or up to hundreds of times every minute. So today I'll take you through some of the features that make AppConnect the absolute best choice for automating business processes across your organization, spanning different applications and systems. and even for workflows beyond your organization. And then I'd love you to hear from an Insightly customer and an early adopter of AppConnect, Joanna from Better Earth Solar, who's on the call with us today. She and her team have been using AppConnect to automate some of the complex business processes in her organization in the solar power generation industry.
Anthony, I'd really like you to double click on ease of use because this technology truly revolutionizes the way that integrations are done, which is really going to drive incredible impact on the way customers will be able to innovate, accelerate growth, and scale.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what makes this so great. When we made AppConnect, we made it very, very easy to use. So the integrations can be built by just about anyone. So now you don't need to bring in software developers or involve IT staff and operations to help design and build your integrations and have it take literally months and cost thousands of dollars to get up and running. It's so simple that the person who actually wants to automate that process within your organization can do it themselves. The workflow automation processes themselves, they actually look like flow diagrams. So they're very easy to understand, and you can follow all the steps within the integration just by looking at them. So you don't have to read through computer code or decipher logic statements and control loops like you would if you build integrations almost any other way. You can just follow the visual flow down the screen. So it's kind of revolutionary how easy it is to build and run these integrations now.
Anthony, a system like this is probably only as good as the connectors that it has to other applications that customers are using. So does AppConnect support all of the different apps that customers are using today?
In short, yes, absolutely. So we literally have over 500 different custom-built connectors that we've built out within AppConnect that are ready to go today. And we're adding new ones every month. So what this means is that Insightly can be connected up to literally hundreds of the apps that you use every day across a whole range of different categories, from databases to calendars to collaboration and chat tools to accounting and ERP and HR systems. So some of the big ones that we support out of the box are tools like SAP for ERP, ADP, Slack, NetSuite, Marketo, Box, Dropbox, Google Drive, Workday, ServiceNow, Zendesk, Jira, just to name a few. But there are literally hundreds of them. I can pretty much easily say that whatever workflows and processes that you want to automate within your business and wherever you want your business data to move automatically, Insightly AppConnect can now make that super easy with the connector library that we have.
There really are a super long list of advantages to adopting AppConnect. And Anthony, I'd love to have you start walking us through this point by point.
Okay. So one of the big advantages has to be that AppConnect is built right into Insightly and that is completely integrated into the Insightly customer platform. Insightly AppConnect is available just like the other apps from that 9-dot waffle menu in the top right of every screen. So it's super easy to get to. You don't need a different login or a password to get into it. It's just another app like marketing or CRM or the other apps on the platform. AppConnect can also connect up to the hundreds of applications that we spoke about, but it also can connect up to just about any object within Insightly and the fields within that object. So all of the standard objects that we have inside Insightly, like contacts, organizations, opportunities, projects, prospects, quotes, and any custom objects that you might have created within Insightly also. It can connect to those and it can take records out of those and send them to other systems, or it can add new data into any of those record types as well. So it can connect up to pretty much any of the records and the data that you have stored inside Insightly. And once you build out your automations and integrations in AppConnect using the drag and drop designer, you can run those automations and execute them from a lot of different places inside of Insightly as well. So you can create a custom button on any record in Insightly. And when you click that button, the integration will run using the data that you see on the screen from that record. So an example might be that you might have a custom button on a project record to send that record immediately into your SAP ERP system using AppConnect. And that will work as soon as you click the button. You can also run these AppConnect integrations that you build from within workflow automation activities inside Insightly CRM as well, or from a finish action on any of the marketing activities in Insightly Marketing, when a prospect submits a form, when they click a redirect link, when they open an email, things like that. So for example, you can build out an AppConnect integration to save a prospect record into the Shopify e-commerce system and then send them a coupon or a discount code when they submit a form on your website or when they click a link in an email using AppConnect and Insightly Marketing. Another way that you can run AppConnect integrations that you built is right from inside the customer journey inside Insightly Marketing. So for example, if a customer attends one of your webinars, you can have an AppConnect integration to automatically send them a free gift for attending that webinar and have that execute right from within inside a step inside the customer journey builder in Insightly Marketing. Another big advantage of AppConnect is it's built from the ground up to be flexible enough for automating the business processes used inside any organization. So those processes can be at sometimes pretty complex processes with many, many steps, and they're often very specific to each and every organization, each one of our customers, and how our customers go about doing business. So I'll touch on a few of the features of AppConnect that really help illustrate how it's built for automating the business processes that you have inside your organization. The first one has to be our auto scaling feature. So AppConnect is what we call an auto scaling system. So no matter if the integration that you build in AppConnect is designed to just run once or twice or 3 times a month, or it's designed to run literally hundreds of times every single minute and process terabytes of information and millions of records. After you build your integration, AppConnect will provision and it will scale out the compute resources that are required to run that integration reliably and efficiently automatically. So you don't have to worry about buying servers or the network bandwidth that you're using or estimate the capacity of your integrations and the ability for them to run trouble-free. We actually take care of that and we do all of that for you, and it literally just works no matter how many times a day, a week, a month, or a minute that you run those integrations. Another thing that makes it really well suited for enterprises like yours is that AppConnect integrations can be very easily tested at every step right from within the beautiful drag and drop designer that we have. So you can feed data into an integration and really kind of see how it functions visually on the screen. If it doesn't do exactly what you want, you can change the process right there and there in the interface with just dragging and dropping it in a few clicks. So you can build out and test your AppConnect integrations and experiment visually to really map out how a process can be built. And it also handles errors that you might have automatically and gracefully. So if an error occurs within one of the integrations or within a connector to one of your external systems, AppConnect can automatically retry that again in a few minutes time when maybe the external application that it's connected to might be a little bit less busy and more easily able to handle the data that's being sent to it. One more thing that I'll touch on is the audit log feature that's been invaluable in our use of AppConnect. So AppConnect is backed with a full audit log with basically a forensic level of detail. So you can see for every single run of your integration that you build, what data went into it, how that data was processed, and then what data was sent out of it to the external applications or vice versa. So it's important for 2 reasons. One, so that you have full accountability into what you built and how it works, how many times it was run, the inputs and the outputs. It also makes spotting and fixing issues very easy. And it gives you confidence in integrity in your integration and in the data that you're passing through to automate your business process. And that's really important as well. You have to be able to see exactly what's happening within your automation for you to have confidence that it's doing exactly what it does every single time.
So Anthony, this really just sounds amazing. I'd also like to have you go into how does it handle different actions that are defined via the triggers?
Yeah, good point. So these AppConnect integrations that you build can be very sophisticated. If the business processes that you're trying to automate are long or they're complex. AppConnect integrations can encapsulate very smart business logic that you build visually into your flow as well, including branching, like if-then statements, scenarios, different checks on fields, or looping or repeating business processes. Integrations can be built to check and run only under specific circumstances, like for instance, if a field changes or on specific days of the week or on a very defined schedule that you might have, or if a record has one specific value in a field checked, then you might send that data to another application, or you might notify a person via email or a SMS text message, or you might pass it on to a different integration. Or if a certain value is checked, you might then save it to a database for archival purposes. All of these types of scenarios can be very easily built into AppConnect and really allow you to have a lot of flexibility in your integrations that you build with it. One final fantastic feature for modeling those very complex business processes and integrations inside of AppConnect is its capability for data transforms. AppConnect can manipulate data inside integrations before it sends it out to external systems. So sometimes you'll find that the systems or the applications that you're trying to integrate with, they're kind of fussy and they require the data to be in very specific formats. Like the dates might have to be in a specific date format that might be year, month, day, or month with 2 characters and then the day and then the year. Or they might need numbers with a number of leading zeros or trailing zeros, or they might need the data values separated by commas or semicolons or tabs or some other type of formatting. AppConnect can actually mold and it can shape the data as it moves through an integration to prepare it for exactly the right format that you need for sending it out to another system. So it can even do things like mathematical functions to add a series of numbers together to create a subtotal, calculate taxes on an order, or add a delivery fee to specific items. It really opens up a lot of power and functionality inside of AppConnect to be able to receive data, to mold it and to massage it, and then to send it off to an external application in the format that you know that that app will accept.
What if I want to work on integrations with other people on my team?
So we designed AppConnect to be very easy for anyone within your organization to be able to build integrations with, as I previously mentioned. But we also designed it with collaboration in mind. So AppConnect can save integrations to different folders within your organization. So you might have folders for HR integrations, for IT integrations, for accounting and finance integrations, that type of thing. And there, different people from within those departments can work together on those integrations and their workflows and build the specific business processes right from within the AppConnect designer. So you can bring in the person who might be an expert on one specific process to be able to map out that process in AppConnect and then to be able to solidify it within the application and encapsulate that flow within inside of AppConnect. So we really did work very hard to make it very easy for people to collaborate on different workflows and integrations together within AppConnect.
What if I want a higher level view to what's happening with all of my integrations after I've built out a few?
Yeah, so we've seen this. We launched dashboards in Insightly a few years ago, and almost everyone uses and loves dashboards. And we found that after you've built out a few different integrations inside of AppConnect and they're humming along and moving data between the different apps that you use in your organization, and you're automating some of your business processes, you really want to see how those different integrations are running, making sure that they're working smoothly and that everything is executing efficiently. So AppConnect ships out of the box with some very convenient and beautiful, easy to use dashboards so that you can see at a glance which integrations you have now, which are up and running, how many times they've run this month, and see if you've had any steps or parts of the integration that might have failed or that have had issues. It's really a very convenient way to see across all of the integrations that you have and to get a pulse on what's happening. And it's also a really good starting point for spotting any potential issues or problems that you might have from kind of like a 40,000 foot view. When we built AppConnect, we really wanted to make sure that it was rock solid, that it was tried and tested at scale, and that we built it on an enterprise foundation. So we chose to partner with a great company, Workato, for AppConnect. And under the covers, we utilized the complete integration engine and the connector library from Workato. So this is the very same system and the same code that has already been deployed to hundreds of companies around the world. This engine runs millions and millions of tasks per day, and it's very much tried, tested, and proven in enterprise scenarios. So even though this product is brand new on next week to Insightly, it's actually already being used in production with customers for the past 8 years. And that's a massive advantage to you because you can have complete confidence that this works from day one, no matter how complex the integrations that you build with it are.
Well, I've used AppConnect myself and I absolutely love it. It's just so intuitive, easy for people to use, people who aren't trained developers. You've done a really great job, Anthony, of speaking about the benefits of using AppConnect to connect to other applications. Let's turn the conversation now around Insightly to Insightly connections and learn more about Joanna's experience. So Joanna, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Take a minute and just introduce yourself, give the audience a little bit of background on Better Earth Solar.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Hi, everyone. My name is Joanna Falcone, and I am the VP of Central Operations for Better Earth. So we are a vertically integrated residential solar energy installation company, meaning we deal with everything from the sale to installation to service and maintenance of the solar systems we install for our customers. Even though solar may appear to be this cutting edge technology that's the future of America's energy economy, at its core, Better Earth is ultimately a construction and customer service company. Solar is very complex in that there are so many different elements that go into installing a solar system. And I'm not talking about the materials or the physical installation, even though it is true for that as well. To highlight, after point of sale, we conduct a site assessment, project how much power the solar system will produce, then run that through design and engineering to prepare for all of our required approvals. We submit plans to local municipalities, utility companies, and financing partners. Then we source our materials and make sure everything is ready for installation on site. So that may include getting the customer a new roof or upgrading their electrical service before solar can be installed. After installation, we have to receive final approval from the local municipalities and utility companies to finally be able to turn the system on so our customers can begin reaping the benefits. And then beyond that, there's 25 years of potential service needed for the system. Now, the reason I'm sharing all this with you is not to give you a crash course in solar, but to paint a picture of how many moving pieces and handoffs there are in order to install just one solar system. Now bring that to scale with volume across 4 field offices in 3 states and remote teams all over the world. We needed a system that would allow us to track a multitude of data points that would take us from a startup company just over a year ago to now laying and building the systemic foundation that will lift us to the next level. So myself personally, I have 6 years of experience in the solar industry, and 5 of those 6 years I've been working with Insightly to facilitate the solar installation process handoffs, which, given the aforementioned complexities, has been imperative in creating the project management pipelines I've built over the years. So my role at Better Earth is to ensure our processes and the systems that support them are allowing our team to provide the best customer experience possible. So from my vantage point, that means first and foremost, cutting down on the time it takes them to get a quality solar system installed and turned on. That means building a user-friendly system for all departments, minimizing timelines between handoffs of said departments, maintaining data integrity, and developing a method of data acquisition for our team that's in the field.
That's great. Set the stage now around how you leverage Insightly to grow and also speak to your decision to start adopting AppConnect.
Sure. So Insightly as a project management tool had allowed us to facilitate our pipeline even prior to working with the AppConnect feature. But as our business grew, we had to make some decisions regarding whether to add development resources to handle some of the more advanced workflows that were going to allow us to use our data at a level that would have even more impact on the business strategy side. Now, that potentially meant more cost to hire experienced personnel to build a web of connections and code that then only certain people from the company would be able to troubleshoot. I myself do not have any coding experience, but have a lot of experience working with Insightly and solar processes. So it was important for me to be able to have the ability to maintain an element of control with how Insightly is impacting our operations. So Better Earth primarily works inside the project object, with each solar installation being a project. Each department then has a series of reports that are built off of the data points that facilitate actionable tasks. Considering the vision that Better Earth's founders had for the company and growth, it became apparent that we needed a more robust solution when it came to tracking all the data points that were necessary to go from installing 50 jobs a month just 6 months ago to closing out Q1 with 230 installs in a month. We had to develop something for scalability. So custom objects made perfect sense when it came to capturing details separately from the project at a level that was relevant to certain departments, but maybe not for the project as a whole. They also provided a solution for capturing data from our team members in the field that were not working directly and Insightly on a daily basis. By building web forms to capture data and pushing that into custom objects, we were able to move a project onto the next stage instantly, instead of waiting for someone, to email their manager who would then input data into Insightly. We provided an extremely user-friendly vessel for data acquisition. Prior to AppConnect, I was manually running bulk imports of a number of data points from custom objects over to the project to move jobs into the next phase. Now, we could have built this out using a Lambda function as well, but then I would have no control or ability to troubleshoot if anything went wrong. AppConnect provided a simple solution that someone without a coding background, could build. And now the only time we lose at this step in the process is the time between the field technician completing their task and submitting the web form.
Got it. Maybe go a little deeper there. What's the difference between AppConnect and other integrations that you've done?
Sure. So I've worked with integration resources such as Zapier, and I've also seen the effects of Lambda functions, even though I haven't built them myself. AppConnect allows for a more robust build out that Zapier could not provide, and is both more reliable and much quicker to implement. Lambdas, while effective, are harder to manage and maintain when you do not have a team of coders actively working with you with endless bandwidth. AppConnect allows me complete flexibility to get things done myself as soon as possible. And we actually have several functioning Lambdas that we're planning on converting to AppConnect just because of the reliability, ease of use, and superior error tracking. Even those with a coding background prefer to work with AppConnect in my company due to its ease of use and data security. So to quote our systems and IT director, Kyle Hagler, we were able to replicate an integration between Insightly and Smartsheet that previously relied on several hundred lines of custom coded Lambda functions in just a couple of hours. The visual user interface proved very intuitive and robust, making previously complex tasks much easier and more reliable. AppConnect is only accessible over HTTPS, so all traffic and data transfer is securely encrypted with SSL. Finally, the product is hosted on Amazon Web Services, which has notably high security standards.
That's all really good information. I'd love to have you speak to the benefits of AppConnect that you've seen in the short time since you have adopted it.
Yeah, so my number one is that it really enhances user experience. So by allowing our team members to complete their tasks, log data in a custom object, and then push relevant data points back to the project, we are able to create that better user experience. One prime example of this was with our solar installation review process. So we had our operations managers reviewing form submissions from our install crews to determine what work, if any, still remained. Originally, they had to review the form submission in our install custom object and then click into the project to mark data points such as install complete. AppConnect allowed us to manipulate the flow of data, which meant they could do their review all within the install custom object. And then AppConnect pushes the install complete date out to the project, as that is the integral data point used to trigger a number of other actions. So where this solution originated from was we were getting feedback from the team that it was annoying that they had to click into multiple records to log data when the review itself was only one task. So we were able to remedy that frustration within a couple of hours of building and testing and create a tool that worked better for them without having to rely on our developers to come in with custom code. So the next benefit that I've seen is revolves around minimizing timelines. So we were able to shave 50% off of data acquisition timelines for our inspection milestone. So like I mentioned before, we're able to capture data from our field teams by integrating a web form to a custom object. In this example, we utilize an inspections custom object to track the results of our municipal inspections needed to get approval to turn on the solar systems we install. Previously, we were relying on our managers to review the results of the inspection and then mark accordingly in the corresponding project, pass or fail, with what still needs to be done in order to pass. AppConnect allowed us to take the pass-fail data from the web form and then subsequently the custom object and push it to the project directly, which allowed us to move on to the next step the instant the form was submitted. And then finally, forcing process is a huge benefit. So for me as a process developer, one of the biggest challenges I face is creating a process that is not only intuitive, but scalable. I utilize a lot of workflow automations in Insightly to create statuses that showcase the current state a project is in. So it's important for the data to be entered in a way that reflects the appropriate status so that there's visibility to anyone in operations. AppConnect allows me to force that data to align in a way that will display the correct status so that it showcases exactly what the next step is on a project at any given time. So now back to the inspection example. There may be times when we fail an inspection more than once, only once in a blue moon, of course. Therefore, data may need to be cleared out or overwritten in order to reflect the current project status. Instead of relying on my inspections managers marking the exact right fields, I can use AppConnect to do it for me. It takes the guesswork out of it, and I can dictate the process I want from a higher level. This is also important for scalability and growth because now I do not have to train someone in a new office which fields to mark in this scenario. All I need to teach them is that when your status is inspection corrections needed, you need to resolve those issues prior to rescheduling.
How do you see your company scaling future business processes with AppConnect?
So as far as future growth and plans for future build-outs, we are looking much more into utilizing AppConnect, not only for the Insightly to Insightly integrations across objects that I mentioned, but also to external applications as well. Currently, we're speccing out how to utilize Insightly as an inventory management system. AppConnect would make this possible because it allows us to run calculations right inside a recipe to manipulate data across objects. Then we can project and anticipate what our inventory is in comparison to the projects we have coming down the pipe and what we need in order for our inventory to be stocked appropriately. And then as QuickBooks Online is one of the available connections in AppConnect, we can then push orders into QuickBooks for accounting purposes. We also plan on looking into employee tracking using the Bamboo HR integration. So right now we are manually having to onboard and offboard employees in Insightly in our employee custom object as they are onboarded and offboarded in Bamboo. So AppConnect would eliminate this duplication of efforts, which with 175 employees and counting is long overdue.
Joanna, this has been really great information. Before we close out this part of the conversation, I'd love to have you share best practices based on what you've learned about AppConnect thus far.
Sure. So first and foremost, for us, adopting unique identifiers as part of company language and culture has been imperative. So we developed our own internal ID system that conforms to our unique terminology. And then AppConnect enables us to search records and link them together based off of that unique ID so we can ensure all custom objects are tied to their respective project. Secondly, I would recommend checking task usage on a daily basis using that beautiful dashboard that Anthony showed us. There are going to be recipes when you're starting out that you don't anticipate to trigger constantly and then do. So be sure to check your task usage very closely, especially after turning on a new recipe. There are going to be some that will be triggered every time you do a bulk update for any data as well. So you will definitely want to think about those impacts and potentially shutting off recipes when a bulk import or update is completed, so as to not eat up the task usage unnecessarily. Using the stop action step within a recipe also aids in keeping tasks from running unexpectedly. And then use Insightly's workflow automations as triggers in conjunction with AppConnect recipes. This clearly communicates exactly when you want the AppConnect recipe to trigger, and it's a language we are all much more familiar with when we're first starting out with AppConnect. And then finally, when you're first learning about recipe building and functionality on AppConnect, I found it very helpful to anticipate the types of data flows that you would be encountering a lot first. So for us, it was linking custom objects to their respective projects automatically. Then build your first recipe and clone it rather than trying to start from scratch each time. The repetition really helped me learn the language, and then just checking in with people regarding best practices after that. There may be more than one correct way to achieve the result, but there is always going to be a way that is the most efficient.
That's great. Joanna, thank you so much for sharing your perspective with the audience. So finally, let's get through specifics on pricing and availability before we close things out.
Yeah, thanks, Joanna. There was some great details and some helpful tips there at the end on how AppConnect helped Better Solar scale their business right up across hundreds of jobs and 4 field offices. It certainly sounds like your business is taking off there, Joanna. So how can you start to use AppConnect, get your hands on it, and how much does it cost? So AppConnect is going to be available on a monthly subscription basis, like the other apps on the Insightly customer platform, but the pricing is per customer rather than per user. So just one fee per customer. And we actually charge on the number of tasks that are executed per month. And a task is an individual step within one of your integrations. So, and we have an onboarding fee of $2,500, and you're allocated a certain number of tasks per month. So on a 25K plan, that's 25,000 tasks per month. That's an individual step in a workflow. And if you wanted to buy some more tasks in any given month, we charge $249 for an additional 25,000 tasks in a month. So AppConnect is going to be available to customers starting next week on the 4th of May. Initially, it's going to be available to our enterprise customers, and we're going to roll it out to all our other customers pretty quickly over the next few months. So I wanted to thank Joanna for joining us today and giving us her perspective on AppConnect. I'm actually really super proud of the work that we've done to bring this new integration automations platform to our customers. We believe that it's going to be an absolute game changer for you in terms of the ways that you'll be able to build out these integrations with other apps that you use within your organization. So please reach out to our team to get the conversation going and to start using it. As I said, it's going to be available starting next week on Tuesday. So thank you very much for your time today. Thanks, Joanna, for joining us. And thank you, Melinda, for shepherding us through this webinar.
Thanks, everyone.